today as we celebrate National Athletic Training Month. Two athletic trainers from Henry Ford Jackson Hospital, Megan Coleman and Andrew Andonian. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
And happy National Athletic Training Month.
Thank you so much.
That's cool. So you guys are part of a team at Henry Ford. How big a team is this?
Pretty big team. We currently actually have 21 athletic trainers on staff with
No
us.
kidding.
We do.
Wow, I had no idea.
Yeah, I think
Yep.
it's what,
So it's just-
238 years of experience between all of us. So
between the two of you, how many of those years?
we don't have all 200.
Yeah, not quite.
I myself have two. I've been at Concord High School for about 2 years now.
Nice. And where are you stationed, Andrew?
So I'm finishing my 8th year. I am in our orthopedic building in the sports medicine non-operative clinic.
What was it about this profession, athletic training, that attracted you, Andrew?
So I wanted to do something with my hands in the medical field. I grew up playing sports, ran track in college, ran track in high school, so was an active person. So I think it was just a combination of all that kind of drew me in, being able to work with athletes, getting them back on the field, getting them playing the best that they can be.
Did you have experience with Columbia, right?
Yep.
Did you have experience with injuries or anything that we had a lot of exposure with an athletic trainer?
Actually, I didn't. I got pretty lucky to be primarily injury-free throughout my career. So it was just kind of seeing them work on other teammates and seeing the athletic training room, stuff like that.
Nice. Megan, what about you? What's your background?
So I actually grew up playing ice hockey, played that, and
Say that again.
I grew up playing ice hockey.
Ice hockey, or as it's called here in Michigan, ice hockey.
Correct.
See, you've got the Canadian accent.
I do. It's in there, eh?
Yeah.
So grew up playing that, played in high school and in college, and I knew I wanted to help people in the healthcare setting and stumbled across athletic training through my own athletics and realized it was just the perfect job for me. So
Nice. Did you have, as a ice hockey player, any injuries or run-ins with the trainer?
thank goodness nothing too crazy. Of course it's hockey, so I had a few concussions here and there. But that's definitely what leaded me down this path.
We see the trainers on the sidelines at just about every sport. It's a pretty critical, because, something bad could happen, to have someone on the sidelines. What we see isn't all that you do. Tell us a little bit about the role of a trainer since you are at Concord High School. What's a typical day like?
Absolutely. There's definitely everything that you guys see, kind of us on the sidelines and on game days, but there's so much more that goes into athletic training and so much that we do behind the scenes to keep our student athletes, our coaches, everybody at our sporting events safe. So I'd say a typical day, I'm there in the afternoon after school, ready to help the kids before practice, getting them ready, taping them up, doing some rehab for big injuries that they may have, but also behind the scenes creating emergency action plans. I think athletic trainers, we really pride ourselves in our preparation and our training. So just being prepared for anything that could happen, really, and knowing that you have someone there to keep everybody safe.
And you're in a different setting. You're actually at the clinic
Yep.
in the Henry Ford building.
Yep.
What do you do there that's maybe different from what Megan does?
Yeah, so day to day is just a working doctor's office. So getting patients ready for the doctor, communicating with the doctor, what that patient might be seen for, what they're looking to get out of the visit, previous visits, as well as any brace fitting for athletes or just the normal population that might need ankle braces, knee braces, as well as home exercise programs. I do the concussion evals in our clinic, so if we do have student athletes that come in with concussions, I'll take them through that, work with the doctor as well on that, and also communicate with all of our athletic trainers out at the schools. So they all have access to schedule with our clinic out at the school, which is great for the students, getting them in within 24 to 48 hours, hopefully, to be seen for injuries, updating them on the kids that we might have saw that day or that week, just so they keep everybody on the same page.
You guys there for practices? Obviously, we see at the games, but
Absolutely. All practices, team workouts, kind of everything. Really helps us form that relationship with our athletes.
and it's come a long way. You mentioned concussion protocol.
Yep.
Years ago, when I was in high school, if somebody got, their bell rung, it was like you dust them off and push them back out there. But or if they're bleeding, you just tape it up. But
Yeah.
not anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's come a really far way, and we know a lot more about what athletic trainers can do and how much we can help, and we really get to help our athletes kind of.
What
to
areas do you cover? Geographically?
We have about 15 high schools, a middle school, and 2 colleges that our athletic trainers work at in the Jackson, Calhoun,
Yep. And Ingham
and
County.
Ingham County.
Yep. Yep. So spread out pretty wide around this area.
And I think you can essentially have the most power in a gym or on a field because you can stop a game.
Absolutely, if needed, for sure.
Yeah, definitely don't. That's not ideal, but especially outside if it's serious weather, lightning, tornado warnings, things like that, or even heat in the fall and even in the springtime. We have to shorten practices, games, things like that, or even call them off if it's dangerous for the athletes.
How do you work with coaches? Because you're standing right next to them typically. Do you give them advice on what play to send in?
I wish. They don't always take my advice about plays, but definitely anything medical, they'll take our advice, and they know that we're there to enhance the health and safety of our athletes. And of course, we hate to call a game, whether it's weather or anything that's going on, but if it's going to mean that our athletes stay safe, then our coaches are on board with it.
Yeah, and you can pull an athlete out of a game too.
Yep.
If needed, yep.
Yeah. Now it is National Athletic Trainer Month. So what's the best way for the community to celebrate athletic trainers? Hinkley Donuts or?
I wouldn't say no to a donut, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But definitely just thanking your athletic trainer and all that we do for you guys.
Now, when you guys were in school, and it wasn't that long ago, what did you understand the importance of training? Did your parents appreciate that there were trainers there on the sidelines while you were playing hockey and you were running track?
Yeah, I'm not sure if they really even knew too much about it, and I think it's very important if you are a parent and you have student athletes, go meet your athletic trainer, learn about what they offer for your athlete, and just know that they're there, for anything that they might need.
You guys did sports in college too, I believe, right?
Yep,
Hockey?
correct.
Where'd you go to college?
Adrian College.
And coincidentally, Andrew, where'd you go to college?
Adrian College
Adrian
as well.
College. So what did you do? What were your sports?
I ran track and field.
Okay. Hockey.
And then hockey.
Hockey.
Yep,
Hockey. And now they have cornhole,
they
Yeah.
do.
bass,
Bass
fishing.
fishing.
Yeah.
hmm
Any sport you can think of, I think that school has
Yeah.
it.
Does Adrian have a athletic training degree, or what's your certification or degree or whatever?
I graduated with a Master's of Science in Athletic Training, and I might be a little bit biased, but I think Adrian College has a fantastic athletic training program and a fantastic athletic training staff.
I think you're right. Yes, it's known far and wide.
Hmm.
And what is it about the job that you like the most, Andrew?
I think just seeing the full circle of the athletes coming in, I worked out at a high school, so seeing them come in as a freshman, if they get injured along the way, help them through that, but just kind of seeing their growth as an athlete from freshman year to graduating, potentially going on to college, and just knowing that you had some small part of helping them along the way and get them to be the best of their ability.
What do you get? What do you get out of the job?
Absolutely, the best part is the athletes. That's what makes it so fun and amazing, and just being part of the reason why that they can get back onto the field and back to the sport that they love is why we do what we do.
Do you feel like you have an impact on the game, on whether they're successful or not?
I think so, and I think athletic trainers help a lot more than just with physical injuries and just help with the whole well-being of an athlete, and I think that's what makes the job so special.
And nowadays, kids are year-round. They don't stop. We had swimmers from
Yep.
Jackson High on here yesterday. They're in the state meet on a Saturday. On Monday, baseball starts.
Yep.
Yep.
No time off.
Never.
So do we because of that, it's like year-round club sports, nonstop. Are we seeing, are the injuries different or more severe? Or?
I think we're starting to adapt to it. You know, you might see more of that overuse injury if they are playing something year round. But if you know they're going from one sport to the next, that's great. I think it makes our job more important because we need to push nutrition, we need to push preventative care. You know, so making sure that they're in the weight room, doing preventative training, things like that. So they don't have those overuse injuries or injured because they're getting wore out.
Yeah, and I think that's where a lot of the preventative and the prevention training that athletic trainers do comes in. Because nowadays there is no breaks for kids. They're going all year round.
Yep.
Yeah. And if school's interested in having athletic trainers, then contact.
Henry Ford Sports Medicine in Jackson. Yep.
There you go. It's
Great
that
place
easy.
to work, great place to be.
Yes, and exciting time for you. This being March, being from Ontario, it's maple syrup season.
It sure is.
Yeah. Would you ever have pancakes without real maple syrup?
Then they're not real pancakes.
That's right. And Andrew's family owns Jerry's Pub on Wampler's Lake.
Correct.
Does BJ and the family have a fish fry this
Every
season?
Friday.
All right.
Yep.
Love to check it out.
Absolutely.
Great to see you both. Thanks for coming in
You
today.
too.
Thank you
Thanks,
so
Bart.
much.
From Henry Ford Sports Medicine Athletic Trainers, Megan Coleman and Andrew Andonian.